I am now live for the second time. Let's talk more about this Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel trailer. There's a little joke early on with the way that you pronounce her name. Vice President of the United States is pronounced Kamala Khan. Her name is Kamala Khan. Do 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 do. As the joke goes, which is a joke that I've ran down. I've done it too much. We'll do it again. Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan. That's the joke. Now, the trailer was bad for one major reason is that her superpowers is that she embiggens. She's a polymorph. She's supposed to enlarge. Came out 2 weeks ago. She said a little line like that. So is she not changing her face anymore or not? Don't know. Don't know that one for sure. But Kamala Khan's powers are that she can change her form, not that she can use stepping stones, sort of like the Green Lantern can kind of create things. That's not her superpower at all. To do that is to ignore comic book stuff. It's like disrespectful to. It's not even the same character. Her name is one thing. Her identity is another. Another thing. And then her superpowers looks like a Disney Channel show. What's the budget? Probably the same amount as the others. And there was a CGI budget that comes with that. Did they decide that enlarging her is too expensive? Don't talk to me about the cinematography like we watched the whole thing yet. Like we just based off the trailer, maybe fine. Started to watch the reaction, but Chillmonger's live. Yeah, that reaction was live, and then something happened. It's my second go at it right now. I hope there's going to be no difficulties. K-Dot, if you would like, and Flash, if you would like, I'm going to give you an invitation to the stream in a second. My major gripe with this is that her bracelet appears to be the source of her power, and that was not the case. That armband, you can tell I'm a wrestler. Armbar. That armband is supposed to be a family heirloom that the mother gives to the next generation, to the next generation. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And she carries with it, and she likes it. But it didn't really even get touched on until like maybe more than 10 comics in did they finally actually mention that thing that she has. I think it was when Bruno went upstairs to get her suit. And then her mom's like, yo, you were just in my. And he's like, no, it was not like that. I just got to tell you, Kamala. Kamala's hiding. Is Kamala hiding something or what she like? Like she's going through some stuff. There was that little talk that Bruno had with the mom. I think that was the actual issue when she explained what that was worth. That band is nothing more than that. Like barely gets touched on in the comics. Kamala Khan's a new character who debuted 2014, and she has had 75 issues in total of her, and then 3 in this new limited series. She doesn't have much. There's not really much to get wrong, but they managed to get a whole lot wrong. You don't know any better though. This was not her call. This wasn't her power set. This was a character who had her same name, who lived in her same home, same city, same everything, but they decided to make the superpower aspect of it warped. It's not right. Iron Man wore an Iron Man suit. In the cave, he built it with a box of scraps. Maybe the war was different for the most part. That's his origin. Captain America got super soldier serum, enhanced in strength. His powers do everything that it's supposed to do in his comic book origin. Captain America and Black Panther and Thor lifts a hammer, becomes worthy. All of these characters get to have their origin the way it is. When they do the X-Men, we'll get X-Men characters acting like the X-Men characters. Cyclops will shoot out red concussive force beams and everything. It doesn't look terrible, but I never read a Ms. Marvel comic in my life. There you go. I've read them all. Like, freaking, they're all right here for me to be like, look, that's from this comic, that's from that comic. I actually opened up the comic, the shelves, and I was like, during the trailer, I'm gonna react to everything, and I'm gonna point out which comic they came from. Look, that's from this issue over here, and that's her mom, and that's I was supposed to do that and pull it out, and so that didn't happen because I read the comics, and this isn't the same character at all. Imagine getting Captain Marvel's abilities wrong. She doesn't shoot photon blasts. She just turns invisible. It looked like The Edge of 17 with Haley Steinfeld, a high school comedy. Looks meh. But yeah, it's weird that they changed her core power. I was a fan of her, I would be pissed off. Thank you for understanding, philosophical pickle. That's about where I am right now. They misrepresented the character totally. That's not her superpower. You don't have much to get right, but if you mess up with her superpower, you've done everything wrong. You've done the bare basics wrong. It makes me think, why are you even here? Like, what? Why was Kamala Khan used? Do you guys remember the Disney Investors Day when Kevin Feige comes out, and it was the same time he announced She-Hulk and Moon Knight. And when he's giving the rundown of Moon Knight, you can't really tell if he's a fan. He's like, the Egyptian Khonshu, the god of the, and he's reading the teleprompter, not his cards, but you can tell he's reading. We got to her, he's like, oh, this is Kamala Khan, the Muslim instead of Muslim, the Pakistani instead of Pakistani. There's every word he butchered. He didn't even call her Ms. Marvel. He called her Miss Marvel. There's a difference in the way that I said it. Ms. like MS period spells Ms. Like the wrestler, the Miz, awesome. That Miz, and then Miss is MISS. So he called her MISS. He said it the wrong way, and he just is not someone who was aware of the character. He did it because how do we show that we're not racist? Oh, there's a character there. What are we doing with her? Get on the phone with Marvel and let's do a series on her. There was no respect to the character. It was more so let's make sure we're not racist. We got to do somebody who's not white. That's how I view them. That's always how I viewed it. Um, I never took when companies do stuff like this where they portray faces who are not white. I don't really think that they're about that. I just think that they want to appear like they're somewhat progressive and anti-racial when really to to do this is a lack of respect. To do this to do Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, and change her powers means that you never really cared about Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel. The most important part was accomplished the moment you casted her. He said, "So we got a girl. That's girls. That's another misrepresented historically group. So, but you got a female in there, and she looks like she's from another country. What? Checkbox. We did it. 2 for 1. Gonna tout this as our little diversity project, and that's how it is. And Marvel, you deserve every single word of this. Like that's not her superpower. It's not her superpower. It's not her superpower. Aggressively relaxing says, "I'm furious." With an exclamation mark. I haven't even read the rest, but I know you, and you're not furious, sir. You're gonna turn this into a joke. There was never a story where she got other powers. Punches a wall. If Marvel is gonna bring Inhuman characters in, they need to explain all of that in this first trailer. Oh, you weren't joking. I think you mean that. Tristan says, "Oof, bad take." I don't know if you're talking about me or the trailer, but I'll assume you can elaborate on that one. She says, just watch the trailer and it looks adorable, looks cute, and will bring a young audience in. Well done. See, none of that addresses my gripe with it. My gripe with it is that this isn't Kamala Khan's power. And something I said earlier before you may have jumped in was they didn't change the superpowers of Doctor Strange or Hulk. He gets angry, he turns green, he turns large. That's it. He everyone got their origin the right way. Like if they wanted to add something to her powers later on, I maybe let's see how it goes. But to completely ignore the inhuman Terrigen mist that she's supposed to inhale and not give her what those powers are, what the mist is supposed to give her, is just wrong. It's a complete fuck up in every way. Checkbox, we did it. That's how I feel. Can we defend it? Like someone have an alternate take on this? They did this because they are going to introduce Mr. Fantastic. So having her be stretchy takes away from him being stretchy. How many super strength characters are there? If you punch Thor, what happens? If you headbutt Captain Marvel, what happens? The same thing. They are pretty bulky and have a high defense. A few superheroes fly. Um, think of another power that everyone has. Flight. Well, look, the War Machine, Iron Man. They've both got these boots that can make them fly. They both got the suits. Um, like powers mix, like speed. There's a couple of fast people in here, like Captain America and Black Panther were running at the same pace when they were fighting in Infinity War. Powers can match. I don't feel like because Mr. Fantastic does it, she does it. If anything, you can say that he does it more. He's more stretchy. Maybe there's a limit to her because really there is. I don't think that we've ever seen her stretch as much as I remember Mr. Fantastic doing. I believe she has less stretch ability. Even though like it's not an excuse enough where you gotta change her powers because of Mr. Fantastic, because she can change her face just like the Skrulls can, just like Mystique can. There's a lot of doubling up. Ms. Marvel would have been perfect to reboot Inhumans, something like that. I understand your gripe. The bad take comment was on diversity. She's newish enough to have some creative freedom. That's where I would disagree. Wait until you find out Steven from Moon Knight is supposed to be a rich producer. Wait until you find out that Steven from Moon Knight is supposed to be a rich producer. I don't know what you mean by that, but I sent you a invitation, TJ. Tristan, if you want an invitation to, I will get you one. If you want to like disagree with me more, I have no problem with that because I feel like there wasn't enough respect that was given to Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel. I'll be streaming for like another, let's say, 30 minutes or so because this is this is not Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel at all. It looked like her. She even spoke like her. The whole my identity and I don't know, brown girls don't really save the world. Yeah, that's true. She struggled with that, and I hope that they highlight that. And by the end of the series, episode 6, we can realize together of how stupid it is to think that way, but also understand what living in the world she lives in helped her paint that picture. I want to both understand it and also condemn it together as a community. You feel me? But and maybe they could do that and that'll be fine. But as far as the powers go, imagine Spider-Man not being Spider-Man powers. Imagine that. They called him Spider-Man and he wasn't sticky. Instead of sticking to the walls, he grew nails. And it was the nails that got him onto the wall. Can you imagine that? No, because we respect that guy and we would love to see his portrayal from comic books done properly. They didn't do that. She says I would, but I gotta get ready for my stream with Jody's Corner at noon. I'm sorry. Send me the invitation, chill. Okay, I will send you one, K. I thought I did already, but I will definitely send you one. You already here. Hello there. Plug my headphones in and make sure I can hear you. You got your mic off, actually. Hey.
What's up?
Okay, you watched the trailer, right?
Yeah.
As a person who isn't as big as a fan, doesn't have a stack of comics of Kamala Khan the way I do, what is your take?
It didn't look good. This is her first time in live action, and they changed her powers for whatever reason. She's basically doing Green Lantern constructs. She actually has a pretty interesting power. Like she's basically Reed Richards. They both stretch and stuff, but she can do so much more. Like she can literally do so much more. She can make herself big, giant, all this stuff. But maybe she might do it with whatever these construct magic abilities are. But this isn't cool. Like I'd rather see her stretch. Like
Yeah.
Like I want to see them flex that, see what they can do with the visual effects of that. Her stretching, making her arms big, making her legs tall where she can walk over certain buildings and stuff. And
Right.
like if you played the Marvel Avengers game, not saying it was a good game, the game sucked.
But it
If
was
you played
accurate.
it, her powers was tight in the game. Like she was
Uh-huh.
fun to play as, and she was fun to traverse the world in, because she can make her legs long, and she can make her legs super long, and it's basically like it's almost like you're skipping and running, and it was just fun to traverse the world as her.
This
Like
is not her power.
yeah, because I was like, what? She basically makes energy constructs. This is not her abilities. And
Look at
also,
this.
the show looks like a Disney Channel show. Like, you remember that movie Let It Shine from Disney Channel?
No.
Jump
Might have
In.
been after my time. Jump In. I've heard of that one. Yeah.
That what was there a Sweet Life of Zack and Cody movie? What you remember the Wizards of Waverly Place Disney Channel movie?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
This is basically about the same quality as that. Like it doesn't look like WandaVision. It doesn't look like Falcon Winter Soldier. It doesn't look like Loki. Even Moon Knight looks better than this. And we haven't even seen it yet. Like from the trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think they gave this the same budget as the other ones. I don't think they gave it because it doesn't. This the cinematography, the camera work, like the quality, visually, the quality looks straight to Disney Channel. It
but
looks
not
like
an actual like movie style of we're gonna shoot it, treat it just exactly the way that we treat the like Falcon Winter Soldier, all those like high
right.
quality. It might as well have been a movie. It didn't get that attention from.
Like even Hawkeye almost looked a little Disney Channel ish. At least it still had some cinema. Like you can tell when a movie looks like it can be in theaters, and you can tell when something looks like it needs to go straight to streaming or straight to TV, straight to DVD. Like you can tell.
Mhm.
I couldn't see this in theaters. I couldn't imagine this in theaters because everyone's like, "Why am I watching a TV looking movie in theaters?" You know what I'm saying? It's a TV show, but the MCU shows and even the Star Wars shows. The whole thing with them is that they are movie looking TV shows. TV shows are like movies. Even Peacemaker looks like a higher quality than this, and it's
Oh,
not doing that.
slow down. We're not doing that.
It does.
The DC love. Flash says that they did give Maguire organic webs instead of web shooters, so that's a difference between what Peter Parker was supposed to be compared to his movie adaptation. It's not as big of a difference as that, but that is definitely
Yeah,
a
it's not that
difference.
like at least he's still shooting webs from his wrist. Like it's not like a huge drastic one. He's still shooting webs
Yes,
from his wrist, doing it.
the
Like imagine if
stories will
he
be the
shot it.
same. There's no there's only thing that they can change is that he used to always go for cartridges, and that was something that Peter Parker would always like. And to the point where Peter now he just keeps cartridges on roofs and stuff. I believe they said that in the video game that I do this. I keep backpacks with cartridges just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if I ever run
Sometimes,
out of fluid. I think that's
yeah.
maybe that's just a game thing, but that story point
Well, in the
may be
PS4 game, he had backpacks all over the city, and they were collectibles. But I
yeah.
assume he probably had like extra stuff, in there, like Spider-Man gear.
Still upset Tobey Maguire Spider-Man being included in the MCU without web shooters. This art has no truth.
You don't need it.
It's everything Nerdman hates. Movie quality trailer playing behind him while he complains is hilarious. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
True nerd
DC,
man, speaking facts.
DC got $1 billion movie. Are you talking about the Batman, which didn't make $1 billion, but it's gonna
Oh,
peter out?
next week is gonna hit that billion. Next
That's
week
what
is
I
gonna
mean
hit
to
a
say.
billion. Next
Next week,
week.
if they're lucky, they'll have 525,600 million. How do you
That's
measure
slanderous
DC?
song.
I can tell this show looks like it needs to go straight to the toilet. Totally not for me. It might not even be for me. I'm so mad at this. How could you think with your brain, we're going to do Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel to make the new fans of Kamala Khan happy? You know what we're going to do? Change her powers. Are you even a superhero fan if you thought that was the idea? Do you guys remember the story of Chadwick Boseman telling the studio that we got to have accents as if we are speaking English with an African accent? He said that was important. He had to say that, but that wasn't the choice to do at the beginning. Like you got to be surrounded by idiots to actually go with that plan. But thankfully, Chadwick Boseman, here he is. Rhea says, "Is this a new video? I shared the old one. Thank you for sharing the old one." That was my reaction, and then I had a technical mishap, and then I started a new live stream. This will be the discussion. Yeah, that's what
Walter
happened, but
Ramada took down his stream like a champ. Shouts out Walter.
not what happened at all. The show looks like Disney '90s TV kids show. Jaded fanboy. Yes, but that's not even half of my complaints. Not Rent again.
I mean, to be fair, Jada does hate everything.
Hates everything.
Yeah. But not Jaded, I agree with you. It does look like this looks like a low quality like this Miss Marvel is one of the newest Marvel characters in the comics and stuff. She hasn't been around that long. She's like Miles. They're still kind of fresh and kind of new a bit. Look, give them some respect. Like, dang, they did the same thing with Black Panther. They kind of lowballed Black Panther. They looked at him as a risk. I think they're looking at Miss Marvel as the same, like as a risk.
Why
I think
though?
they're looking at these certain characters as
She's a Disney Plus show. She is actually the lowest risk that you can do, and you're still effing it up. Now I'm worried for Ironheart, Riri Williams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're the only let's say if they had all the rights to Spider-Man, they look at someone like at Miles Morales like a gold mine, because he's one of the few characters that's like new with Marvel and stuff that's like really popped off for people, you know. But they're taking. I don't think they went into this character with the full confidence like they should have.
They don't even know who the character is. The
Because
character
she worked as is. Like this is the thing about her. Her powers is more interesting than Reed Richards' stretchy abilities. It's way more interesting.
Yeah.
And they just decide to do this to her. I'm like, man. And I liked her in the Avengers game. Like, I genuinely liked her. She wasn't bad. She was tight. Actually, was one of my mains I was using and stuff. I used her more than Iron Man and Hulk.
See, she can transform. Nerdman, are you familiar with her?
I just watched the trailer for the first time, and I just thought I'd pop on, tell you exactly what I thought of it, because I only knew it was out because I was watching your stream.
Okay.
I quite like it. I don't think I don't think Miss Marvel.
Go ahead. Elaborate.
I think it's cool. I like the comic book like boxes that it has, and like the click. Yeah, like so it shows the speech bubbles and stuff.
That's cool.
I like the fact that like she seems kind of like a fun teenage character, a little bit different. And I don't think she's so important that you can't change her powers. I wish DC had done it before, so it don't look like Green Lantern is ripping off this chick. But for what it's worth, I don't think it's that bad.
Well, I recognize the art style and these comic booky borders and whatnot from Adrian Alphona. His art style, like the artist of the original Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel story, was that way. So again, just like kind of Hawkeye and the David Aja, will he get royalties? Will he get paid for this? Like that conversation will pop up.
Like I ain't watching it because it ain't for me. Clearly, like this, and it's MCU, and I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying. You know how it is. I ain't giving the MCU no.
Yeah, I watch that sickness. I feel you know, man. You ain't watch that, right?
But having said that, no, I honestly when you've reached a certain level like the MCU has of just mediocrity, and then you see something like this, and you think, well, this is kind of in line with that, and it's probably better than a lot of the things. I bet you this is better than Iron Man or Avengers Infinity War.
I'm gonna get to you, Jaded.
I'm absolutely sure of it.
Keep taking some takes of that bogey.
I saw his face. He was like, "Why did I let him?"
Kamala.
There's some character who I noticed. So that was
the
Zoe
is banging behind this, bro.
Oh, that song, yeah, it's all over TikTok.
The only thing I'm wondering is why Captain Marvel is such a big celebrity. Because she's
to her,
yeah.
She's the best, maybe.
I'm sure.
How much does she
thinks
know
I'm some
about
kind of weird.
in the MCU though?
Huh?
That's the key word.
Boys, excuse me.
Yeah.
You're kind of on my show.
So that guy is like Dagger. Not so much. He's more so like the crush that she has over there. Can you? Oh, you can't see it. I'm not maximized.
Yeah, make your screen bigger.
That dude over there. That's who that's supposed to be. You'll see him later on in the trailer. But that is a comic book character who she's kind of like, oh shit, you're, let's hook up, let's link up. I mean to say, they actually do kiss. That is her first kiss, even though Bruno is supposed to be her best friend. But it's complicated with Bruno.
He looks like the assistant, Dr. Eggman's assistant in the Sonic movie.
That was a good trailer now.
But it's for kids, right? I mean, this is for kids. This
one is more so for kids, but it's just
Jaded, what do you make of it?
Well,
you
I
hate
don't know much about the character, and I was looking at the trailer. I'm going, this is the character that Chillmonger is
Happy to see?
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
was
not.
like, oh, okay. Because I was just wondering. I'm going. I don't know how accurate she is to the comic book, but I mean, even the costume doesn't even look the same. Like with that one panel you showed me, with her costume in the comic, it doesn't even match what's in the show.
So it's
So,
an adaptation, though, bro.
Her costume
oh
is
no,
more.
but I'm saying, how hard could it be to get the suit right? I mean,
Now, I hope that getting that suit wrong in the trailer is just like, maybe a Halloween costume or something like that. And she'll get a better one as the show progresses.
oh, like Spider-Man, that's his first attempt, and then maybe she just.
Wait,
Yeah.
what are you saying is supposed to be her suit? Show me the bit that you're saying is supposed to be her suit.
But you're staring out the window in your little fantasy land.
We're not thinking that's supposed to be her suit.
No,
Come on.
not that.
Hey, already? Really? Come on. Like,
Do I have to figure out my whole future before launch, or maybe they're right? I spend too much time
I've got to get this tune. It's bad.
in Fantasyland.
Okay, this here, that's a Captain Marvel.
That looks a lot.
That's not supposed to be a suit, bro. She's just doing.
No, I'm saying the suit when she jumped out of the her window and she landed. She had like a little chicken.
No, that's not supposed to be a suit. That's her fantasizing.
Did something happen to you?
Marvel.
I'll skip to that part. The jumping out the window part.
All those bits are her fantasizing about being Captain Marvel. It's not until she.
Oh, okay, that's better then. Okay, that's fine then.
Well, I think I passed it, but this here, where she punches the guy with the hood, was the dude, the dagger guy I was talking about. It's scratchy. If I slow it down, maybe we can get a good image of it. I mean, I have no problem with like the tone of it and the kiddish nature of it because it's kind of what I'm expecting it to be. You guys do, and that's fine, and it's okay to admit that it's not for you.
Oh yeah, he's even got the scarf like in the.
What was this one supposed to be? A dark and gritty kind of remake?
No, it wasn't going to be a dark and gritty.
Gotta be a dark and gritty MCU product.
Those don't exist. Ours are uplifting and happy. They really go.
I don't know about uplifting. I mean, candy coated. They don't prepare children for the real world. That's the problem with MCU movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you.
It's like this happy candy coated.
Yes, because
popcorn.
how prepared are children supposed to be in dealing with a psychopath that wants to drown the city? I mean,
no, exactly. That's what you should show them. Them and Hitler documentaries. That's what I'll show my 3-year-old kid. Isn't that right, K-Dots? That's why K-Dots is a man.
Hey, man, you got to show the real world, man.
Let's bring it back to the comic book where her abilities would make for a great story where she's learning it as she goes. Well, I can transform into somebody. Cool. I'm going to turn to the teacher and then tell everyone, everyone go that way, look that way. Then I turn the corner, go into another hallway, and now I've got to pretend to be the
she
principal.
can also shapeshift in other people too?
Yes, she can make her body appear like anything.
Okay, she could. Okay, she didn't do that in the game. I didn't know she can like turn her body she will shape her body to be someone else.
She can.
Maybe she can do it with this whatever construct nonsense she has.
Yeah,
but I don't know. They just sucked out kind of the fun of what they can do with the powers. She basically just has energy powers like Captain Marvel now.
And that's not what it's supposed to be. She jumps out of her window. Okay, she goes to the school party. She says hi to the friends, but these are not really her friends, and they bully her anyway, even though she's showing up at a party. Now she leaves that party and walks off there while the music is blaring. And Bruno's like, yo, but come back. As she goes, there's some Terrigen mist because of something that happened in like an Avengers event. All this mist is making its way through Jersey. She's going to inhale the power, and then she's going to start hallucinating herself, and she's going to change her power. Like the very first thing she does is she turns into Captain Marvel Carol Danvers, because that's what a superhero is supposed to look like. She goes through like some image identity, kind of like when you don't believe in yourself type things. And she believes, and that's why. That's why in the trailer, when she says something like brown girls are not supposed to do this, like early in the trailer, I'm like, okay, that's kind of what she says. Her perception of the world is, and her place in the world is that. Where is it? It was when she was chilling with Bruno somewhere in the trailer.
And she is a Pakistani, right?
Yes. Well, she was born in America. Her older brother, who's like 4 years older than her, was immigrated, so he was born outside. But she's actually an American born.
Okay.
Mm.
She's American.
So in the comics, she just inhales this mystic mist.
Yeah, she's an Inhuman, the same way Black Bolt and Medusa.
Oh, she's an Inhuman. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Terrigen mist that happened because some bomb exploded.
High school.
Kamala.
Another adventure shirt. Cute.
She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You were weirdo. Boys. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hold on. This girl next to her, her friend Nakia, with
Weirdo.
You were weirdo. Boys.
where is she?
Excuse me.
Her. See how her hair is covered? Like, she doesn't actually cover her hair that way. You see how her boobs, you can kind of see it. Not fully, but, you know, it's there, the imprint of it. Like, the real Nakia from the comic books wouldn't show this much. And I know she's not revealing anything. I understand that. But it's just that's not the look that Nakia ever portrayed. And why hide from it's a hijab, you know, like why not do it when you have the chance to do it?
Oh, so she has a hijab in the
I
comics.
was going to
It's
say,
supposed to
why are
be.
you going? You're going.
I was
really
just
into
wondering,
this.
going, she's not covered. I don't understand it.
Yeah, okay. If she wears
Oh,
a
so,
hijab,
all right.
yeah,
So,
she
so
should
she's
wear a
supposed to be wearing.
hijab.
So she's supposed to be wearing a hijab, though.
She's supposed to be. This is the introduction to her. The one with the hijab. Let me full screen myself. It's supposed to be Nakia, her friend.
Screen, but I can't see it.
Can anyone else see it?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
there's a
there's
glare
a
right in
light
front of her
going
face.
over it.
There's a
Yeah,
glare
there's a-
right in front of her face.
Oh. So if I did like this.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can
there
see
she
she's
is
wearing
with
a
the black
hijab.
hijab on top. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be her. Here's find a better image of it,
I
but
think
like
you might have the biggest collection of Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel comics in North America. I really do. I don't know anyone who collects them. This is great. Are they good? Should I get them?
they're fine, but it's I don't know. I wouldn't say to get him because Marvel kind of gave up on the character. They don't really care for her. She doesn't have an ongoing series anymore. It's kind of like they've given up on her. And let me just put you guys back on.
Oh,
Am I done completing my
You should
the
keep
main
those. They'll be worth something one day. I'm telling you.
No, these are not the actual comics.
Yeah.
These are the collected editions, right? So those aren't worth
okay.
anything. The single issues, if it's the first time a character appears, that's the one that you need to save your money and get. But as far as this goes, it's inaccurate to the character, and that is my major gripe. Someone mentioned TJ Flash by Night. He mentioned here that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, had organic webs in the movies, and that is also a change that's inaccurate from the character. But to me, it's not as big of a difference as this. This is going to change the way that she fights. We saw her literally walking and stepping on like stepping stones of energy that she can kind of manifest, and that is not the character who I know. That's not the character who I know.
The little I know, she has stretching powers.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I say, you can get like potentially cool like parkour segments that they just literally sucked out.
What is this shield that she has? This is not her. It really does change everything.
They made her Captain Marvel. They did it. I mean, I understand why Photon has energy based powers because she does have energy based powers, but Kamala's isn't. Hers she stretches. But it's whatever.
It's more than
what
whatever.
They want to do.
Reminds me of Turning Red, the Pixar movie that they just released. I'm interested to see if Pakistani hero and how her family reacts to her getting powers. They don't know. They actually keep that a secret. When it's revealed to the family, the very next comic, some wizard from another planet makes them forget again because that's what Kamala wants.
I think to be fair, they want to differentiate her from Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic, and because they're going to make that movie, and also, I think to be fair, if this is an improvement Like, if it helps and it improves the story and makes her more powerful, would you have a problem with it still?
No, if it makes her more powerful, would I have this problem with it? Yes, I have a problem with it not being her. Like, if it would make Spider-Man more powerful to give him flight, would I have a problem with it? Yes, because then it's not Spider-Man anymore.
No, because there's a difference. There's only one Pakistani superhero like that is getting a live action treatment at the moment. Like, there's not that many in the comics, so you'd want like the only one to be like a powerful, like a heavy hitter, right? Like something that
Not a throwaway.
not a throwaway.
Well, I mean, yeah, Nerman, I understand that's fine, but the thing is, like, she's already cooler than Reed Richards with her abilities.
Reed Richards' abilities really him being intelligent.
This here is where she actually talks to her parents about the superhero-ness. I hope you can read it. I gotta keep still though.
Right.
And
You
can't
might
keep
have
still.
to read it. Like,
yeah. Well, what she says is that, is this about that superhero thing about the alien planet? Are you still mad at that? And they're like, superhero? What's this nonsense you keep talking about? And then down here, you'll see her say, you really don't remember, do you? Can you see it now?
Because the wizard made them forget.
Yeah, from that alien from another planet.
there's a wizard.
That's right. There's a wizard.
Cool.
Y'all hear that?
Is it background noise for me?
It's the L train. Probably the L train right there.
It's probably background noise for me. That's been a problem. That's why I had to shut off that other stream that I started and start the second one because something happened. Yeah, that's about my take. That's about everything I feel about this character. This portrayal of the character is pretty disrespectful. To use her and get everything that you want because the identity of the character is enough to get you in to the normies who really don't know any better. You put this on your like brochures. You tout this at your conferences, but the people who you want to impress, they don't really know Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel.
So you think it's disrespectful?
Totally disrespectful. It's dishonoring. It's misrepresenting a character and not treating him with the same respect that our white friends have. Our white character, great white characters who I love. It's not an insult to Captain America. I can even say Black Panther. They portrayed Black Panther perfectly.
Well, I'd like to tell your audience a film that does respect its character. That is The Batman, out in cinemas right now. Please take it's fun for all the friends and family. Take your kids. This is a movie that will, when you get out of it, you will know that this is the best Batman we've ever seen.
I would say the best Batman movie, but it's top.
$1 billion. $1 billion. $1 billion. $1 billion.
Billy.
You're crazy there.
My
song was supposed to mock you. You're like taking it, like you're cheering it on, like it's gonna get there. It won't.
Yeah, remember, real quick.
What?
DC fans, if you watch it in IMAX, the tickets cost more. That you're gonna get it more money. So watch in IMAX, just in IMAX, only in IMAX.
And maybe then the movie will make a worldwide box office of 525,600 million. How do you measure a DC flop? In tickets, in popcorn, in candy, in cups of soda, in China, in 3D, in HBO Max, in 525,600 million. How do you measure when DC flops? That's the performance. Thank you very much. It's pretty good, right, Jaded Fanboy? Jaded Fanboy likes that, right?
Downfall and shit.
I still think it's gonna make $1 billion. To be quite honest, I think it'll still make it. I said it before the movie came out, and I am still.
Travis says I still haven't seen the trailer. We were just reacting to it. I disliked it because it didn't accurately portray Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel. The Kamala Khan part was great, but when she got super, it wasn't the superpowers that we're familiar with in the video games, in the movies, in the animated like Marvel Rising stuff. And because you failed at giving us Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, I'm mad because it shows me like a lack of respect and not caring enough to give us who she is. It means like you don't even know who she is. you were like, you're just trying to represent and score your points. All of that shit that those YouTubers are mad at. And I recognize those I'm doing what I told you not to do right now, Kata. I told you not to do this last week. I'm doing it right now. I recognize all those YouTubers as like hate-filled negative people. I get it because they never offer solutions and they're always talking about woke, this and that. They just want to score points. That's literally what Marvel Studios is being right now by giving us this version of the character. Tell them, chill. This art isn't just bad; it's evil. Is it that bad? To me, it is, Travis. The show may still be good narratively.
Chill, Margaret. Mr. Fantastic is trending, and it's not the reaction we expect. It's pretty opposite. Some people.
It's trending in relation to this.
Yes.
Oh man.
What's happening?
Mr. Fantastic has a stretching power, and that's what she's supposed to be.
Oh, like, Miss Marvel's trending. Looks like people are liking it.
All due respect, Chill, they did not do T'Challa justice either in terms of character traits. I guess so, you could say that. But hey, what Nerdman mentioned about not sharing the powers as other people, like everyone has super strength. There's enough characters who can fly. There's a whole lot of characters who have durability. Like I mentioned, remember how Thanos kind of headbutted, what's her name? Captain Marvel? I'm sure if you headbutt an Asgardian, you get the same result. Like these guys are kind of stiff.
That's one of the funniest things in Endgame. I always go back to that headbutt when he literally headbutt her. It was literally like a ball bouncing off a wall.
Well, I was just remembering in the Avengers movie when Tony Stark and Thor fight. Tony Stark headbutts Thor, then Thor headbutts him back and knocks him back into a tree. So.
Yeah.
Wait. Why aren't you being like Jaded? I swear to God, you haven't even been negative at all today. What's going on, bro?
I took care of that.
Because I don't know enough of the character to care.
Would you be mad if you?
I'm
from what I'm saying, would you be mad?
Some comics so he can care.
I'm sitting here thinking you're simping for MCU. Can you change his name to MCU fanboy, please?
How am I? Oh my God! You're just bitter because I called out how bad you're. You're just bitter because I explained how bad your Batman movie is.
You came out and said Jim Carrey's better. Everyone knows
Jim Carrey's Riddler. Okay, first of all, Jim Carrey's Riddler is better than that. What's his name?
See, I don't even need to debate you, bro.
Carbon copy, gimp suited. Whatever.
I'm not even going to debate you on this one.
There's nothing to debate. Because there's nothing to debate.
You just say Jim Carrey's Riddler is better, and you immediately, like, any kind of sense of, like, what you're saying making sense is just, like, gone out the window, bro.
We're going to bring it back to the Kamala Khan trailer. I'll play it back one time with the sound on. She is a super fan. She is someone who, like, daydreams and whatnot, so this is accurate to her, and I do like the touch of the comic booky stuff. And then we go into the Marvel Studios.
That's cool. You have to admit that is cool.
Yeah, and even the borders is very comic booky. The font, yep.
You wanna know what I've been liking recently about the Marvel Studios intros? You know, they're going like, remember when it started with Endgame, and it's like started playing different title music, like when the movie started playing, when the Marvel Studios thing come. They did it for No Way Home, where they had the people talking on the all the news broadcasts going on and stuff, like who's Spider-Man, blah blah blah. You know, it kind of sets the tone in a very different way.
It does.
Like, cool.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say, I
think they should start doing that more.
What?
High
school, you got to do what you got to do for the future. That's actually not really tackled by Kamala Khan, what she wants to be in her future. We really don't. I don't know what she wants to be. They've never established that.
Kamala.
Now that is Zoe. Zoe's supposed to be like the school.
See, she's got a hijab. Who's that?
Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, there it is.
Another Avenger shirt. Cute.
She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You are weirdo. Boys, excuse me.
Yeah.
You're kind of on my shirt.
Sorry.
But you're staring at the window in your little.
It's a fantasy.
Okay, so this is a fantasy costume. Okay.
Fantasy land. Kamala, hey, already? Really? Come on.
I don't recognize the teacher though. That's pretty new. This teacher doesn't get that much play in the actual comic book.
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or like?
Ooh, look, another snarky Marvel character.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they're right. I spend too
Never,
much time.
never not have those.
Enough
Fantasyland.
of them, right?
You see this area here where she's kind of peeking at this monumental Captain Marvel kind of thing. I don't recognize this at all. But this is maybe where she becomes a fan of Captain Marvel, because in the MCU, yeah, there's not many years of Captain Marvel saving the day and stuff. She's pretty low profile. People, the Avengers themselves, didn't even know about her.
Because I'm wondering if they explain like what her status is. Does she commute back and forth to Earth, or is she completely off? Because from what it seems like,
yeah, but the human beings have never really seen her do shit, really, have they?
Except for in WandaVision, they mentioned exactly how the fight went down. They were talking about, is Scarlet Witch stronger than Captain Marvel? They did watch the footage of the fight, whether it's from Iron Man's suits or War Machine suit or security cameras from the headquarters. The humans know what happened, and they know who she is.
In Fantasyland.
Man, that fight got like 4 million views on YouTube, Showmonger. No, actually 4 billion.
Do they know that Peter Quill basically sacrificed the whole universe to get revenge for his girlfriend?
That happened on Titan, so no, they didn't see that.
Oh, they didn't see that bit. Oh, okay.
From Jersey
Just wondered
City.
what they think.
You save the world.
So look, she had it in her hand.
She's like in her hand.
The bracelet thing.
Oh,
looks like she's searching for it. Maybe it's calling to her.
Girls from Jersey City.
And the bracelets are special. How?
They're not supposed to be.
You save the world.
But from this, it looks like when she puts it on, she gets powers. Is there Terrigen Mist in the bracelet? Even that doesn't make it okay, though. If there is Terrigen Mist inside here. No.
Well, Killmonger, let me ask, what needs to come first, the Inhumans or Kamala? Because I don't even think the Inhumans are a thing yet. Because they was going to be a thing,
well, they
but
had
the show sucked.
Bro, Dr. Shane Multiverse of Madness, we opened up a portals where some Terrigen Mist got in. We had to close it up real fast, but now it's traveling around the Earth. That's all it takes. You can build it that way. You can make an random explosion happen in the ocean. I don't care. Give me Terrigen Mist, have her inhale it, have her be an Inhuman. Or suffer the consequences of my wrath because I just turned on a Marvel project.
Or maybe
can they actually use the term Inhumans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe, I'm not saying it's gonna do it, but maybe this show might be the thing that introduces the Inhumans, since her powers is based around that.
Yeah, but if they don't acknowledge it, it won't make a difference, though, K-Dot. That's the thing. If they're not acknowledging that she's an Inhuman, then there's no reason to.
No, yeah, that's like we don't know if just they slightly changed. They changed their abilities, but it doesn't mean it's not like of Inhuman origin. That was like they can still be that way, but they tweaked their powers. But still, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we could have got the Inhumans, but that show sucked. So,
Aglax. This account said Voom today. He says, and Voom tomorrow. People on Twitter are really trying to justify Kamala not being Inhuman when Marvel is known for writing stuff like this into existence. Well, people on Twitter do a lot of things. Like, it's a diverse place. There's probably just as many people who are mad like I am. The Inhumans have been set up, and S.H.I.E.L.D. and their own TV show. Yes.
No, I think he was saying the opposite, Joe. I think he's saying like Marvel has always done different things with their characters, different like.
Not this bad though.
Yeah, I mean, usually
they have though. I mean,
yeah, they have. They changed a lot.
They changed Hulk's powers, dude. Like that's one of their biggest characters, and they basically changed.
The only thing missing from Hulk is that he doesn't get stronger as he gets angry.
That's the whole thing.
That was
How
the
can you
case.
say that's the only thing missing?
In 2008, that was the
aspect,
case when they introduced
the only thing missing
guys.
Batman.
But Hulk has had
being
different.
A billionaire or something. That's like
there's so many different versions of Hulk. There is actually a smart Hulk, and they are adapting a comic when they did that. This is not adapting a single thing.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking the smart Hulk's fine. I'm talking about, even though it's trash, I would rather them not go that way because I've never liked that in the comics. I'm talking about the Hulk's power set, right? When it comes to just his basic power sets in the films, like in the MCU films, he does not get stronger the angrier he gets. That's just missing from his power.
But is there a scene that you can think of where he doesn't get stronger the angrier he gets to contradict it?
Well, all right. There's that Thor Ragnarok, basically. You can see like he's not getting like stronger. Thor's just beating the shit out of him.
Oh, and then the camera kind of cuts off, so we don't know exactly what happens at that fight.
Yeah, well, Thor gets electrocuted, doesn't he, by the
That's
by
another
the guy,
problem.
and that's
And
how.
then they changed how ego works. They changed how Celestials work. They changed.
Still got big and green. It's like they made him purple and grow horns out of his head. It's not like they did that. Her
That's
powers.
That's not. Again, that's his powers. That like you can't. That's what makes Hulk special. That's what makes Hulk more than just some green guy who's strong.
But he is.
But
But
there's
he is
other
a
ones.
green guy.
There's more egregious ones than Hulk. Hulk
Are
was
there
the
more
first one
egregious ones than Ms.
that
Marvel?
came to mind.
That was the first one that came to mind. But are there more egregious ones than Ms. Marvel? Is
I can think
Okoye?
of some all right.
Is Okoye the same? Is freaking War Machine the same for the most part? Iron Man's got the same kind of powers. Even nanotechnology is something that gets introduced later in comics, and he does it.
Well, Drax is completely different. Even
the whole Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you. I was
Wait a
trying to
minute.
think of it.
Quill is a human with these elemental guns. He's got that in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Drax
And
is
then
supposed to be
Drax-
this alien who's strong and can slice things, and he's strong and he slices
And
things.
Gamora
Maybe
is
his
supposed to be
that's the
warrior
new
in the
adoption. No, that's what they adopted.
He's strong, but he's super like watered
The
down.
original Drax the Destroyer was basically an undead, resurrected character that was huge and brainless, and his whole sole purpose was to,
He's
he could
brainless.
fly. He was kind of like a combination of the Hulk and Superman. He was like this big dumb character that was resurrected from the dead, whose sole purpose was to kill Thanos.
Okay, they got some of that right, but the whole undead thing and flying, I didn't know Drax could do that, and he
And was,
doesn't
like,
do that.
super strong.
And
Like, he could go
Gamora is
toe-to-toe
supposed to
with the
be
Hulk.
a badass, like real badass, like. one
But
of
her
the
powers
greatest
are.
warriors.
But her powers are she slices, she runs, and she's equipped to fighting, and she is that. Maybe not to the level that you would want her to be.
No, hasn't she got super strength as well, and like speed, and then also like.
Well, you got to point
she's
out a
great
time
warrior.
where she didn't have super strength in like Marvel. Like when has she ever been outpowered? I don't think there is.
Well, they clearly haven't demonstrated it. Like not showing it means like that she doesn't.
Oh, yeah,
have
they
it.
changed Thanos. He's just.
If a bunch of MCU haters on the panel squash those bucks. Ms. Marvel got the power chain. Taskmaster got
man,
the
I'm
character
loving
chain.
him.
There's another good
Taskmaster.
one.
Taskmaster, there you go.
That's not a titled character, but that is definitely something that was switched around.
Taskmaster got it bad.
Not as bad as Kamala Khan though, but that's definitely something that I would consider a mishap also, where they kind of didn't do Antonio Masters. What was his real name?
To be fair, they both got it bad.
Spider-Man. Why are we not talking
destroyed as a
about fucking
character.
Spider-Man, dude? No uncle, no Spidey sense, no fucking anything, bro.
No, he's got the Spider King. He's got the Spider
He's
Tingle.
got spider fucking what was it called? Iron suits and shit.
Wasn't Mantis?
I was watching
Mantis
No
was
Way Home and he was flying, dude.
Mantis is. I don't even know why they called her Mantis.
Yeah, I'm gonna be this mad about how
Nowhere to go.
inaccurate it is because I was expecting this character to
dude,
have
you
fun
know
in
what
the
you were
sun.
saying
I thought
earlier.
this was gonna be where we elevated a character who wasn't a popular thing. I thought this was gonna raise her in the ranks. Maybe she'll go from a top 30 character to into the top 20. Maybe the world will latch onto her. But if you're gonna do this to her, and then let's say a fan gets really motivated and they do what I did and they go to the comic book shop and they want to see Kamala Khan and they go, what the heck's going on? Why isn't the bracelet giving her that power? What she's just enlarging herself and she's not glowing. This is so different.
Chillmonger, you
No,
know
but
how
wait a
bad
second.
this is? This is like taking Thor, and he's human.
Uh-huh.
And he goes to a Homes Depot to buy a hammer, a regular hammer.
Yeah,
and just some regular guy on the street trying to go beat up bad guys because he's angry. That's the equivalent of what they did here.
that's that homemade suit. Yeah,
And he calls himself Thor.
Wait,
pretty
how's that
equivalent.
the equivalent. That's not the
He puts
equivalent.
on a tin can suit like Steel in Shaq Steel. Because I'm
Hey,
Thor.
don't go dissing Shaq Steel.
No, but that's not the equivalent of what happened here, though, is it? I mean, she's still got like stretchy arms. It's just like they come from energy. Like And what are you saying? Her powers come from a bracelet?
No.
They're not supposed to. They're supposed to come from inhaling Terrigen Mist because Inhumans get their power from Terrigen Mist. They're descendants of Kree.
Automatically stretches like Reed, but she does it to a way better.
Wait, what is her powers come from?
Inhaling mist, Terrigen Mist, just like all the other
From
Inhumans.
where? Like she goes to the planet?
There's a
Terrigen,
planet called Hala where the Kree were looking for like subjects, and years prior they would mate with humans, and some humans have friggin' some DNA. Like some people have it that
DNA that allows them to be receptive to the Terrigen Mist.
Yeah, if they were to inhale the mist, that's where they
So
get
where
their
does
powers
she
from.
inhale the mist? In the mosque?
In New
No,
Jersey.
she was just coming back home.
She's a monster.
She was coming back home from a party that what she wasn't supposed to go to, and she snuck out. She inhaled the mist on her way home, and she's like, "Shit, what was in that drink? Oh my god, was it?" They said it was, vodka or something, and then she turns into Carol Danvers, and she starts seeing Captain America, and she's like, "Whoa, I'm a superhero now," basically.
Oh. Well, that's a little bit anticlimactic as an origin story. Maybe this one will improve on that.
Kick rocks.
No, I'm just saying.
We're 56 minutes in. Let's keep this nice and short and under an hour.
Question: Do people in Pakistan take a pilgrimage to Mecca? Is that religion?
That's the thing. Muslims do everywhere, and India used to be called, I think, Hindustan.
This is how you can do their origin.
Hindustan.
Take a pilgrimage to Mecca.
Wait, I can't hear. I hear Nerdman laughing at me because I think I said something wrong. Do you want to correct me on that?
No, it's just what Pickle said. Sorry.
She takes a pilgrimage to Mecca with her family. Some crazy scientist has like freaking Terrigen, and he releases it at the top. And then everybody there gets powers and stuff. That's all.
Why everybody get powers? We need one person to get powers. That's what makes it
some of
special.
them, some of them, and then some of them get sick and die.
No, but you said they have to mate with the DNA of.
They have to have
that happened.
DNA.
That happened way back though. Yeah, that whole stuff happened, and so she's supposed to have Inhuman DNA. What did Pickle say? She got powers.
Underage vaping. She chased back club. Oh my!
Can you imagine that? Yeah, like all these kids with their e-vape, and they're like, "Look, check it out. I would take that. I would take that totally." They're like, "Try this, Kamala," and she tries the vape, and it's this new thing. I got it from across town, and she does it for the first time, and it's fine. I'll take it. I don't even mind that. That would be like a little modern take on it because we don't have the Inhumans and we want to make it special. Fine, but then make her powers what her powers are supposed to be. Thank you. The big issue with comic adaptations, movies don't sell the comics because they fundamentally change the characters. That's exactly right. You want us to open the comic and see the comic book character that we saw.
Honestly, Chill, at this point, I even think when they introduce Reed, they're not even going to do that much with his stretching powers. It's going to be basic, like just as basic as the first Fantastic Four movie. They're probably going to keep it real basic when they bring him in. I'm telling you.
Hey, here's an idea. What if they change their powers this much because they want to introduce Mr. Fantastic in the MCU and don't want her to save his powers? I don't think that's a good enough reason because like Nerdman said, and everyone who brings it up, I'll tell you that there are a lot of characters in the MCU who have super speed. There's a lot of characters who have strength. There's a lot of characters who can fly. We double up a lot. There's Skrulls, there's Mystique. They do the exact same thing. A lot of characters have durability. It's true.
I take it the answer to Pickle's question is no.
He asked me what I am. I skipped over that. I don't like talking about personal, me behind Chillmonger. As you guys would know. All right. That wraps this stream. Thank you for coming here.
Can I just say my next stream that I'm going to be doing maybe in an hour?
Mm-hmm. It's coming in an hour? Okay. Everyone check out Hot Takes Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm going to be
on the spot, not telling us.
I'm going to be ranking the title credits of the top 10 MCU movies, the top 10 title credits, like the end credits. Yeah, not the end credit scene, just the end credits. So check it out.
What the hell is so special about the end credits?
Well, how much I was looking forward to them. Like I got really jazzed about them coming, them coming by the end of the film. Like when the film was about to end, I'm like, wow, it's finally over. So I'm going to be ranking
DC movies where you leave before the end credits even show
I'm
up because you've already given up on the movie.
for DC, you stay there the whole time. For the MCU film, when you see them end credits play, man, you gotta like. That's when you get excited for them. That's when the movie hits like.
Yeah, that's when you get
high
excited
point.
because you're waiting for the end credit scene.